من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة والكافرون هم الظالمون. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. الله ولي الذين آمنوا يخرجهم من الظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياؤهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغ رسوله النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Jazakallah, brother Faiz. Allah give you reward for that.
Ameen.
So inshallah we will recite with begin with this ayat. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu anfiqu mimma razaqnakum. O you people who believe, spend in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before a day or a period will come in which you would not be able to negotiate any salvation for you, nor there is a intercession. And indeed, these people who are kafir are the among who are the wrongdoers. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding Muslims to spend in the name of Allah, because what we spend, Allah compound that, and in the day of judgment we will find our reward. So it could be like spending could be anything. Spending could be the money, or the time is also money, or anything that we spend, like helping any creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will greatly reward. So all our money, all our time, all our resources in this world, if we spend in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will find reward. But the people, if we want to safeguard those money, and in the day of judgment, that money will be useless, because over there it will be a different system in which money would not have any value. Only your good deed have the value. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is also describing wala qullatun wala shifa'a, that there would not be any friendships that will be come useful, nor any intercession. Now you have to be careful with this part, that there will be no intercession, but we all believe, this is an ijma on all the Muslims, that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam on the day of judgment will intercede for all his ummah. So for that, we have to understand in Quran that there are two ways of understanding or contemplating Quran. First is Tafseer-e-Quran bil Quran, that you understand Quran with Quran. That means you understand one part of the ayat with another ayat. So one part of the Quran, or one ayat of Quran, one juz of Quran will explain the other part of that. So this shifa will be explained in the next ayat, which is Ayatul Kursi. And there's another way of understanding or tafsir Quran, Tafseer-e Quran bil Hadith, that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the first mufassir of Quran. So he explained it in Hadith and with his Sahabas, what does ayat mean. So two established way, or the two only ways, are Tafseer-e Quran bil Quran, Tafseer-e Quran bil Hadith. So inshallah, the next ayat we are reading is Ayatul Kursi. And there's an agreement among all the scholars that Ayatul Kursi is the highest ranking ayat in the whole of Quran. One day, Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, he went to a mahfil, or a gathering, in which Sahaba Ikram was discussing that which ayat is the highest ranking ayat in the whole of Quran. So when Hazrat Ali walked into this gathering, he said, in the presence of Ayatul Kursi, why are you looking at other ayats? All the ayats are the highest ranking, but Ayatul Kursi is the highest ranking among all the Quran. And there are many hadiths to support that. So there's one hadith narrated by Hazrat Abu Huraira, which is quoted in Tirmidhi Sharif, that Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that for everything there is a peak, or the highest point. For everything there's a peak, and the peak of Quran is Suratul Baqarah. And among it, there's an ayat that is chief of all the ayats, which is Ayatul Kursi. So in Arabic, the word Kohan, in this hadith, the word was Kohan. Kohan literally means humpback. So the hump of the camel. So hump of the camel is the highest. Like to begin with, camel is a tall animal, and among that tall animal, the hump is the tallest part. So that's called Kohan. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam described this. For everything there's a Kohan, that means a peak, or the highest point. And the peak of the Quran is Surah Al-Baqarah, and Surah Al-Baqarah is an ayat that is chief of all the ayats. There is another hadith by Hazrat Ubay bin Ka'ab, So before I describe this hadith, I would like to explain who's Hazrat Ubay bin Ka'b. Ubay bin Ka'b is an Ansari Sahabi, and he was from the tribe of Banu Hazrat, and he had converted to Judaism before he converted to Islam, and he was the early convert among Ansar Sahaba, and he was on the Baitul Uqba first. When Nabi Sallallahu took Bai'at for the Ansar Sahaba, he was the one the early of the thing. And he was also, when Nabi Sallallahu passed away, there were 20 Hafiz in the Islamic world, and Ka'b bin Ubay was one of them. And Ka'b bin Ubay has had his own mushaf, or own, a canon of Quran that he had it, along with Abdullah bin Masud and some other Sahabas. So he was also a scribe of Nabi Sallallahu. When Nabi Sallallahu recited Quran, he would write it, and he would also serve as a scribe. That when Nabi Sallallahu wanted to write some letter, so he will be the scribe. So again, there's a hadith, and his title was Abu Manzar. So Abu Manzar. So Nabi Sallallahu one day asked Abu Manzar, referring to Ka'b bin Ubay, Ubay bin Ka'b, that among Book of Allah, which ayat is highest in the rank? So Ubay bin Ka'b said that Allah and His Messenger knows the best. Then Nabi Sallallahu repeated his question, that Abu Manzar, among Quran, among the Book of Allah, which ayat is the highest ranking? So this time, Ubay bin Ka'b recited Ayatul Kursi. So Nabi Sallallahu patted on his chest and said that congratulations on your knowledge. That means he testified that ayat you recited, Ayatul Kursi, is the highest ranking in that. There's another hadith that is quoted by Abu Huraira in Bukhari Sharif, that one time Nabi Sallallahu people had donated fitrana for him. So people would donate different things as fitrana when they will do that. So there could be grain, dates, or any other provision. So Abu Huraira, Nabi Sallallahu appointed Abu Huraira as on the guard duty for that provision. He was on the guard duty. So whatever the dates or the provisions were there. So when he was guarding at night time, one person came with his bag and started filling dates or whatever the grains they had it. So Hazrat Abu Huraira, being the guard, he went and grabbed that person and said that I will take you to Nabi Sallallahu. So that person, pleaded with Hazrat Abu Huraira that, please let me go. I'm a person with a family. I'm destitute. I'm a needy person. So he begged it to such an extent that Hazrat Abu Huraira started feeling sorry for him, and he let him go. So in the morning, Nabi Sallallahu asked him, what happened to your prisoner? So he said that, I grabbed him and I was about to take him to you, bring it to you. But, he pleaded, I'm destitute, I'm, needy, I'm a person with a family. So he, started feeling sorry for him, and I let him go. So Nabi Sallallahu said that, be careful with that person. He's a liar and he will come again. So second day of guard duty, Hazrat Abu Huraira again was guarding the provisions that was collected as a fitrana. So that same person come up with his bag and started filling the dates or whatever provision that was on the ground. And again, Hazrat Abu Huraira went and grabbed him and says that, this was the second time I will take you to Nabi Sallallahu. So he again came with the same storyline and said that, please let me go. I'm a destitute. I'm a family man. I'm a needy. So again, Hazrat Abu Huraira started feeling sorry for him and let him go. So the second morning, again, Nabi Sallallahu asked Abu Huraira, what happened to your prisoner? So he said that same thing, that, he pleaded with me that I'm a family man and I'm a needy, I'm a destitute. So when he, so I felt sorry for him and let him go. So Nabi Sallallahu said that, be careful that he's a liar and he will come again. So the third day of guard duty, Abu Huraira was guarding the same thing, and the same person showed up with the bag and started filling his bag. So this time, again, Abu Huraira said that, no, this time I will not let you. I will take you straight to Nabi Sallallahu. So he says, no, let me go. I will teach you some words that that will benefit you. So Hazrat Abu Huraira asked that person, what are those words? He says that before you go to sleep, recite Ayatul Kursi. So Allah will appoint angel for you that will stand guard for you the whole night, and shaitan will not come to you till the morning. So again, Hazrat Abu Huraira let go of that person when he taught him those things. So even the third day, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked that, what happened to your prisoner? So Hazrat Abu Huraira narrated the whole story, that what happened to him. So he said that, he told you the truth, although he lies most of the time. So he testified what that person told him, that to recite Ayatul Kursi, Allah will appoint an angel for you that will stand guard for you, and shaitan will not come. So then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam asked Hazrat Abu Huraira, do you know who that person was? So Hazrat Abu Huraira said no. So he said it was shaitan. So shaitan knew what will ward him off. So this is the Ayatul Kursi. And there's another hadith I would like to quote, that anybody who recite Ayatul Kursi after the Farz Namaz, only thing between him and the Jannah is his own death. So a person who recite Ayatul Kursi after every Farz Namaz, so when he dies, inshallah, will go straight to Jannah. This is, quoted in the authentic hadith. So this is an ayat, and there are so much barakas. And this Ayatul Kursi, along with Surah Ikhlas, that is the whole ta'aruf, or this is the whole irfan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who created us. And in this, we will go a little bit more. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. So there's no deity, or there's no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he's al-hayyul qayyum. Hayy means living, and qayyum means everlasting. So he's ever living. La ta'khusu sunnatun wa la nawm. So no sleep or no yawning ever reaches him. Lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. So for him is whatever is in the heavens and the earth. Manzal lazi yashfa'u indahu illa bizni. And nobody can access his knowledge, that he has it. And he knows ya'lamu ma baina aydihim wa ma khalfahum. And he knows what is in the future and what has happened. So, what has happened in the past, we have only knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it. And what will happen in the future, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. So this is the whole concept of taqdeer, that what will happen in the future. So taqdeer, basically, I would like to highlight a little bit, that Allah has knowledge of the future. So people will say that, if it is written in taqdeer, if I do something bad, if I do that, that was written. No, it was not. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you and give you choice to choose good or bad. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows in the future what you're going to do, and he has written it. So that is the fate, or this is the taqdeer, and this is the thing. So a person will be rewarded and punished on his deeds. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ya'lamu ma baina aydihim wa ma khalfahum, that Allah knows what is in the present, what is in the future, what is in the past, and Allah has written that. من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. And he doesn't get tired of protecting his creation. So this is a very blessed ayat, and there are many things associated with that. If somebody fears something and traveling, there are many things that associated, that people were fearing, that of somebody robbing them, somebody was hurting them, and when they recited this ayat, and as this the last part of this ayat, that wala yaudu hifzuhu, Allah is never tired of protecting his thing, because he doesn't sleep, he doesn't think that. So this is also the irfan, the complete irfan. Like, we do not know our Lord, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Ikhlas and Ayatul Kursi is describing that who he is. He's the one who is ever living, everlasting. He doesn't feel any effect of sleep or the tiredness. And he's the everlasting. He's the one who has created heavens and earth. He's the one who knows what is about to come and what has happened in the past and what is the living. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to with this ayat, as I said, that for every Muslim, it is his desire to go to Jannah. And as promised to a person who recite Ayatul Kursi after every first namaz, that he will go, that only thing that between him and Jannah is his own death. So what better a person can hope for, that when he dies, he's go to Jannah. So please, let's make a practice that after every first namaz, we should recite, Ayatul Kursi, and also at night time. So this way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will appoint a guard angel for us who will protect us all night, and shaitan will not come to us till the morning. So there's also a wazifa, that if somebody has a need, a dua or mannat. So in the Friday, after Asr namaz, he started, if he recite Ayatul Kursi 313 times, his wish, his desire and dua will be fulfilled. And if somebody is sick, if he does the same thing, that he recite Ayatul Kursi 313 times between Asr and Maghrib on Friday, and blow it on the water and give it to a person who is sick, inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the complete shifa and recovery. Now we go to the next ayat, La ikraha fid din, that there's no compulsion in the religion. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that there's no compulsion. And this shows about religion, that all the enemies of Islam has propagated that Islam, mazallah, spread through the sword. Only opposite is true. In Islamic state, all the non-Muslim subjects are called zammis, means their zimma or their responsibility is on the state to safeguard them, to protect their religious freedom, to the rights of them. And that played a key role in the spread of Islam. During the Khilafat-e-Rashida, when after Nabi Sallallahu, the Khilafat-e-Rashida of Abu Bakr, Umar Farooq, Usman Ghani, Ali Karamallahu Wajhu, that a wide part of the known world was conquered. And all those areas that were conquered, they were given the full religious freedom. They were not compelled, to accept Islam, but they were safeguarded. And that's the reason that when they saw that religious tolerance. So this ayat, it says that that truth stand out from the falsehood. So when this truth came, with Quran Sharif came the ayat of that, and this way that spread it like a wildfire, the Islam, and without any compulsion that people attracted toward Islam. وَمَنْ يَكْفُرُ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنُ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ اسْتَمَسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ. So whoever rejects the falsehood, what does taghut means? Taghut has many meanings. One is the evil, but it can also be interpreted as the idols or the false. So whoever rejects the false god, whoever rejects the evil, so and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so he has taken a refuge, bil urwa. Again, I would like to explain this word bil urwa. You must have heard this name urwa, which is not a common name, but urwa basically means a knot of a rope. So when a mountain climber wants to climb with his, so he make an urwa. Urwa means he make a sort of a loop of that and throws it on the mountain and grabs it, and then with that, with the help of that, he ascends to a mountain or to a high thing. Urwa can also meaning the button where what you call it, the cage of the button that you put it, so it holds the button tightly. So something that holds or gives support to that, it is called urwa. So anybody who rejects the falsehood and take a refuge in Allah's teachings and Allah's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will salvage him from the zulumat. Zulumat means the darkness, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will guide him to the nur or the light of. So this word nur, it is almost all the time is used in a metaphoric sense. Nur means the light, but does it mean the light of a lamp, or does it mean the light of a tube light or any bulb? No. In the darkness, if we go to a pitch dark room, we cannot find what is what. When we open up the light, only then we realize who's there in the room and what is what. Without any light, you will not be able to find our way. So this nur, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent through Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and through his divine book, we can understand who our Lord is, who the truth is, our religion, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed that. And this nur, that means, because in some people who discuss this word nur over and over again without even understanding the meaning, and Mazallah, they discuss something very bad, that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, is he nur or he's a bashar. So this is an unnecessary thing. You have to understand nur means the light of the guidance, light of the truth. And all the people who are illuminated through Iman, they got illuminated through nur of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. All the people who are reciting Quran, all the people who are performing namaz, all the people who are doing the shahadat, they light or the Iman, they came from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So nurun ala nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as the light. Through him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, illuminated the whole world with Iman. So, and those people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes their guide when people when testified and follow. And those people who follow the kufr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take away their light. Is because when they reject the faith, when they reject, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala send them in the deep darkness, just like people through their arrogance when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam declared his prophethood, and when he recited the Quran to the people, it was clear. All the people, the big poets of Arabia and Makkah, they realized that it is a heavenly kalam sent from that. Otherwise, no poet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he said it, وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَىٰ عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ وَادْعُوا شُهَدَاءَكُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that if you have any doubt that this kalam, the Quran, did not come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so you are the best of the poets. Like us, Arabia took pride in their, eloquent speaking, their poetry, their speech. So in that time, there were best of the best poets living in Makkah and Arabia. So say, why don't you make something like that? So you would not be able to make one single ayah. So that was clear, but through their arrogance, they rejected the faith, although they realized this is the truth. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, veiled their eyes or their intellect with, zulumat, or with the darkness, and they were never able to find the truth. So inshallah, this is something we will stop here. And if anybody has any questions or comments, please.